record on. All right, guys, we're officially recording. I'm so excited. So for those who don't know, this is also going to be like a general blanket statement for those who are watching on the YouTube video. My name is Shay. I am director of Lost But Found Since, and I'm doing a training that's also piggybacking on Chloe Cox's training last night and kind of also taking it in my own way. So the first part of this training is going to be y'all answering questions, which y'all can do in the chat, and those who are watching on YouTube or in Facebook later, y'all can answer it in the comments, or y'all can write it down, whatever you're most comfortable with. So this is going to be stuff about you and your business. I'm going to do a little bit like I want you to include stuff about your business and your personal life. Okay. So real quick, I want y'all to take a second and I want y'all to think about what you are grateful for. And if y'all can, put it in the chat, and then I'm about to go yell at Adam for vacuuming while I'm doing a training. So hold on. He would. Okay. So I want y'all to think about it. I don't know if y'all want me to go ahead and move on. If y'all don't want to share it in chat. Okay, so this is about to get specific because my teacher side is coming out. So what exactly are you thankful for about your business or grateful for about your business? I'm gonna make you dig deep. Dig deep into the soul. For me, specifically with my business, I know this might sound cliche, but I'm really thankful for the people I've met, like my team, my community, especially like going through this really hard phase in my life. And like y'all yesterday were so understanding whenever I was like, hey, can we push this training an extra day? Y'all have been nothing but supportive along the way. So I'm like super thankful for that. And as far as family wise, or personal wise, I'm thankful I'm about to graduate with my dang on master's, because y'all know it's got me like out here stressing to all degree. Yes. Many opportunities since he has offered, building relationships with not only customers, but the new people that you meet, the people it introduced you to. I think that's really good, just because like most people don't believe it because of how I am now, but I used to be very much of like I didn't talk to people much. I wasn't gonna go say, hey to you, how you doing? What's your life story? This is all about like, this is me, this is who I am. No, like before that, I was very much like, I will give you the look. I'm gonna need you to bippity boppity away. And I definitely feel like this has definitely helped me come out of my shell and meet people all across the United States. So that's been one of the biggest lessons. All right. Next question. What are you excited about? What is going on in your life and business that you're excited about? I'm gonna give y'all a second and I'm gonna share out mine. So business-wise, I'm super excited about Roll Tour. I am super excited, really, like business-wise, that I was able to earn the fall incentive, not only earn the fall incentive, but earn the trip portion of the fall incentive. Y'all know, like even when I started Cincy way back when, I always wanted to, but it never happened. And because of the groundwork I was able to lay out, it did happen. And as far as personal life, again, I'm excited to be almost done with this dang on degree, because stressful. Yes, because and that's one thing I'm proud about, Chrissy, like you have been really consistent coming into this year, and I'm really, 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 really proud of that. Elena, it's your anniversary. I'm so excited. I know she messaged me about it yesterday or the day before yesterday. I don't know, days blur together. And tell me about it. I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way it's been a year, and it has been. So That is insane to me. And then, yeah, I'll read yours whenever it comes back. While you're typing this, oh, actually, it's right there. Yes, ma'am. You are finally in remission. You're able to live as much of a normal life as you can right now. And yes, you're excited to work. Also, you got a sale today. I saw that. So snaps. What is working for you in your business? What do you think? Like, because I think, and this is something that Chloe really hit hard on last night, is we always think about what's not working in the business, like where we need to improve on, all this other stuff. But I want you to tell me first, what is working for you in this business? And you might have to think about it and stuff like that. Chrissy, and I agree, reaching out. When I reach out to people and I get to know them on a whole nother level, like it changes everything. Like I had somebody tag me in a video with their child singing about Cincy yesterday, and I hadn't heard from them in a while, but it just brought like a huge smile to my face because you don't really realize that impact you're making on people's lives. You're thinking you're just doing wax, but by reaching out and talking to them can literally change their whole day. And I agree. That's one thing that's working. And I think our community in our group, like as a leader wise, is going really well. Like we've really grown closer together as a group. So I think that's working really well. Yes. Helping people find their new favorite thing, right? So making sure that it's healthy for them. New scents, y'all. I cannot wait to get my hands on the spring and summer testers. I'm a toss out the lavender ones, but like everything else, like I'm gonna just be like, okay, this is it. Like I love it. And a big thing that I used to be really scared about, because I can talk to you all day on social media, right? But like talking in person is still something I do struggle with my anxiety, is when you get these scents in people's hands, do you know how much more they purchase? Like it's insane, like how much more they end up purchasing. See, I want to love lavender. My body hates lavender though. Like headaches, nausea. It's not a thing for me, unfortunately. So what is working? I think Elena's typing. But the next two questions I kind of want to ask together, because I want y'all to think about it when you're answering the first one versus like when you answer the second one. So where are you struggling in your business and where do you need help in? Does that make sense? Like, where are you struggling? Like, this is an area, like, think of the 3 legs of success, like where I'm struggling and what you need help from me or somebody else, anything like that. Elena, I'm not going to read that statement, but but hearing how excited they get and the terminology they get, like whenever they're talking about Scentsy, like when people like come to me, I was talking to one of my customers today, and both of us are having one of those weeks. Y'all know what I mean? Like those weeks where you're just like, is it Friday? Is tomorrow Friday? Like, I'm already excited about Friday because, I get to see y'all, but like, and she was like, yeah, she's like, I was feeling that same way. I finally got to go on your website. You know what I did to make my day better? I went and shopped some Scentsy. That's going to be the new way. Consistency. Chrissy, I think that's really good. Would you say that's an area that you're struggling or area you need help in, or both? You know why I'm laughing over here. I'm done. So I think the area that I am struggling in as a leader, and I'm gonna say that like to separate that, is helping y'all become leaders. I feel like that's an area that I struggle in a little bit because I know a lot of y'all want to promote, and we've been talking about it and I'm trying to give you ways as much as possible to help y'all. But times are tough right now. So I want to make it easier in a way on how I explain it and how I help y'all promote. As in my business, I do think I struggle with recruiting. I also used to be like the club queen, and now I'm struggling with the club as well, but I also think that has a lot to do with the economy. I'm not trying to blame everything on the economy, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So where I need help when, I need the Lord to give me more time, like in a day, so I can have more sleep and I can get more done. No, but honestly, probably the recruiting thing. But it just takes time. Like it takes consistency, I think, and we're our hardest critics. Jill, are you a pen and paper, or are you like a Google Doc type of girl? Type of woman, I'm sorry. Because I'm gonna say, if you're a pen and paper, I will literally get a notebook and start off, and you can even create like a Google Doc and make like a little like list to where it has the lines and everything like that. If you want to be like all fancy and print it off, but write down, like have a date section, write down their name, then write down a section of which you talked about, and then write down follow up. So like when you followed up, and when I say follow up, like the date that you followed up with, if that makes sense. That will probably help you be more consistent. Like y'all know, I talk about the Scentsy planner. It is my bread, it's my butter, it's my everything. It helps keep me on track. I'm a planner person. I know my clinical teacher, whenever she had like 2 extra planners in her desk, she was like trying to see who else wanted them, and she looked at me, she's like, I know you don't need one, I know you got like 3 or 4. And is she wrong? No. But y'all know I'm a planner person, so it makes me feel somewhat organized. So I want y'all to think about these questions. I'm also going to post them in the group just so people can think about it. Because for one, again, like Chloe said, it's really great to think about the highs in our life before we even start tackling the areas where we need to struggle. We need to see where we are doing good in, because I think if we spend so much time like, oh my gosh, I can't get a recruit for anything. Oh my gosh, it's been like 2 days or 3 days and I haven't had a sale, like da 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 da. We get so burnt out, we get so upset, we get so frustrated, and sometimes a lot of amazing people throw in the towel, and I do not want that to happen to y'all. So that is another huge thing. And then Chloe said this thing last night, and it literally took my breath away. And she said, change is not the same thing as loss. So when we're looking at our business and we're looking at ways that we can improve, or ways that we're really good, and we can share those ways that we're really good with others to help them improve, kind of like a puzzle piece, we have to understand, like, making those changes don't mean we're losing a part of ourselves. And then another thing she said, because she was like, it was on fire. Like that training last night, like she's like, finding a new way to experience joy, hope, and success without looking in the rearview mirror is key. She made a like reference. The rearview mirror is as big as it is for a reason, and your windshield is wider for another reason. You should be looking forward in life. You don't need to be looking back that much, right? So we have to also think about that. Another thing that I want to talk about, because I am who I am, and I think it's really important to talk about in this season. I'm not going to shy away from those hard conversations. Y'all know me. We're going to have those hard conversations. First off, be unapologetically you. I swear, one thing that irks my soul more, and I don't know if y'all noticed the accent is coming out lately, but it's seeing the same Scentsy post over and over. Do y'all see that like on your Facebook pages? Do y'all follow a lot of Scentsy people? Like if y'all do, sometimes it'll be like the same post over and over. So be you. It's okay to take pieces and stuff from everybody. I tell y'all to steal from my VIP page all the time, right? But when you're making like a public post, especially, you want to pull in your people. These people are not in your VIP page where it's like a smaller community of people that really know you. These people may be acquaintances. Show them you. That is what sells. The products are amazing, don't get me wrong. Adam's like, ooh, can you not do that? Don't do that. Sorry. Because you know my allergies. So that is huge. I want y'all to think about that. I want you to think about let's ask this question. What are some of your key characteristics as a person? Like some things that you identify with your personality. Maybe that's like a better way to do that. Like for me, I love reading. Y'all, I'm a Ravenclaw. Day in, day out, I'm a Harry Potter fan. Ain't no shame in my game, okay? I'm also obsessed with Disney. Y'all seen my couch. That's a part of my identity. I'm also a child of a parent who is deaf. That is also part of my identity, right? I've moved around a lot. I've had a lot of things happen in my life that is just as part of my identity. You are your own brand. Yes. Chrissy, how many animals did you just show me before we even started recording in itself, right? Like, I love my animals. Everybody know, I'm sorry, but if you've been on my Instagram or you watch my stories or anything, everybody knows about Hamilton and Trill. They know a little bit about Chunky and Rolly, but they really just be sleeping all the time and not be doing anything. Like, I mean, they cute. They don't get me wrong, they all cute. I love all my babies, but everybody knows about Hamilton, right? And honestly, if you hear my cat's name, it's Alexander Hamilton. So I'm a history geek. I'm a history buff. I love politics. Do you know how hard it is sometimes to love politics and to be a teacher and a business person? Those things aren't supposed to mix necessarily, right? I can't be public about, I'm not supposed to, hold on, let me rephrase that. I should not be public about my political beliefs because my job as an educator is not to influence my students to think the way that I think. My job as an educator is to teach my students how to think on their own. And they see me as a role model. So if I'm sitting here spouting whatever political party that I'm with, that can influence them, right? Oh, yes, Elena. Oh, yes, Elena. So that's the big thing. So there has to be a balance, though, for me, because I am somebody who loves politics and I love talking about politics. Do I do it on my VIP page? No. Sometimes I go on rants on my stories? Yeah, and I think that's what people have come to know me as. It's like, I'm going to go on a rant, but I'm also going to usually incorporate like my sources and stuff like that. So when I say be unapologetically you, like, especially when Nightmare Before Christmas stuff is like coming out, Elena's got those pictures. Elena's already talking about them. Elena already knows about it. If I have any Nightmare Before Christmas questions, guess who I'm gonna go to for sure? Elena and Jill. I know Jill's obsessed with it as well. Jill's also obsessed with Beauty and the Beast. Like, I'm telling you, I bet your bottom dollar, whatever the saying is, if we ever drop any more Beauty and the Beast stuff, Jill's gonna be shouting it from the rooftop. She's gonna be shouting it from the story. She's gonna be shouting it in all of her posts, like on her personal page, her VIP page. She's gonna be sending the emails. She's gonna be doing all that, right? Because that's her passion, right? I didn't even know this was gonna go this way, but this is who I am as a person. You need to find your passion that makes you do all that, right? Whenever I told Jill that the dog products were leaving, she and I both cried together. Because these are products we know and love. And what did we all do when we found out our products were leaving, especially when we got all the graphics for it? We posted about them. We let our people know. Elena, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Blue Grotto. So, and that's my thing. So not only do you not need to focus on what you're good at in this business, you need to focus on who you are as a person. Like, I'm sorry, when we had all like 4 or 5 different things launching on one day back in like September and October and November for those couple of months, do you think I was going to be talking all about those soccer warmers and that NFL collection? Did I talk mainly about any of those? No. Did I make a post so my customers knew? Yeah. But you know what I was focusing on? I was focusing on, what was it? The Sanderson sisters. Why can't I think of the name right now? Oh, my Jesus. I was focusing on Alice in Wonderland. I was focusing on Scooby-Doo. I was focusing on Hocus Pocus. As soon as it came to my head. So I was focusing on those things that brought me joy, because when you are happy about what you're doing, it's going to radiate. And that's one thing a lot of people have said about me in this business. Your joy for Scentsy radiates. Y'all see me when I get a new package, I'm not opening it until I go live and I can show that passion, that excitement with my customers, with y'all. Y'all hop on there too. And I'm sitting there smelling. Y'all know my nose is broken from having COVID twice and all that stuff. Like, but everybody gets excited about it. I can be bogged down tired. I can be exhausted. But I'm still going to go live and I'm still going to be excited, because those are the things that bring me joy, right? So especially when I get this big order that I just placed of all the stuff that's leaving, I'm going to be excited. Jill, yes. Amen. Freaking men. It sucks. So that is one of the biggest things that we have to think about, is what's bringing us joy in this business. If you do not like the body products, don't buy them. Don't advertise them, right? I know I'm not a big fan of the body wash, or the body sauce, as Elena calls it now. Like, but that if somebody asks me, I'm going to tell them my opinion. But I'm also telling them I have some people that are obsessed with it. It's just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to focus more on the air purifier and all that other stuff. Another thing, y'all, this training keeps turning. I want y'all to write down your 5 favorite Scentsy products. Products, not scents. 5 favorite scents in a whole separate category. And it can be scents that we don't even have anymore, okay? And I want y'all to spend, you and the only choices. Yeah, I mean, you know how I am. So I want y'all, I know Elena's going to be Nightmare Before Christmas for one of them. I know she's probably going to have body wash on the other one. I know she's going to sure as all get out have Just Breathe and Blue Grotto for the cleaning stuff, right? So like, but that's also because Elena was my customer for 2 years. She hasn't been my customer for almost a year, but I still know her love, which also comes back to relationships, right? You need to try to learn your people and what they love, because that matters, especially when you do Happy Mail. So I want y'all to write a list. I want 5 of your favorite Scentsy products, then 5 of your favorite scents. So altogether, you're going to have 10 things written down. 5 of your favorite Scentsy products, 5 of your favorite scents. So mine's air purifier, hands down. I'm going to have to do this because I know how I am and my fingers are going to run out of spaces. Mine is the Counter Clean, the Laundry, the Scentsy Buddies, and the mini fan / wall fan diffusers. Carolina's one, okay? They take pods. They're not as messy. My animals are messy. Not to say I don't love our warmers and wax, and our warmers and wax are like our #1 sellers. And I'm still going to advertise those because those are our #1 sellers. But my 5 favorite products, diffusers, Counter Clean, Laundry, Scentsy Buddies, and the mini fan diffusers or wall fan diffusers. My 5 favorite scents. That's a hard one. The Angel 624 scent, Cedar Cider, Christmas Cottage, Blue Grotto, and Coconut Daiquiri. So when I tell you we have those scents, I'm sorry, anybody that's my customer knows how obsessed I am with Blue Grotto. They know I love me some Blue Grotto. They know. Yes, Chrissy. And see, this is important. And if you also like need a second to write this down as I continue to go on about everything, the reason why I'm saying this is important, this needs to be your focus. Okay? Going forward, your favorite products need to be a focus. They need to be your main dish. They need to be the pot roast, okay? Now, these other products that are still good sellers with Scentsy, they're just your veggies. I mean, you need your veggies, right? We're not always like our veggies, but you need your veggies. But you really need to focus on your 5 favorite things. That's going to change your business. Because one thing is, Do you know how many times I get asked about our Scentsy Fresh? Because our Scentsy Fresh is technically laundry and a counter clean. Because I talk about them religiously. Same thing with the air purifier. Religiously. Yep, crazy hibiscus pineapple. I remember that. I think I might have something in a hibiscus pineapple, the Scentsy Fresh. It's been sitting here for a while, so if you want that, I got you. Pineapple pucker is so good. I forgot about Desert Tropics. That's a good one. So, y'all get the idea, the method behind my madness a little bit? Yeah, I was like, I knew Lena was going to have buddies in there. So, Luna is like, I'm not a big floral person, but if I have to choose a floral scent, it's gonna be Luna. So I will say that. All right. So moving on to the last thing that y'all will hear. This is that realistic thing I'm also gonna get to. If I wasn't already just real in that moment. We're going through a hard time as a country, right? Like, we're not gonna say that inflation's not going on, that grocery prices have doubled or anything like that. We're not going to use it as an excuse, but we're also going to use that as a way to be more realistic in how we're setting our goals and our expectations. So, I'm sorry, my grocery bill has doubled. Do you think I'm going to still spend $100 on Scentsy every single month when that extra $100 is going to go to my grocery? No, it's going to go to feed myself, right? The economy is not where it was a year ago. Let's be realistic. Let's also not get bogged down with feeling like you're failing, feeling like you can't achieve your goals. I don't want y'all to get in that negative mindset. I want y'all to be realistic when you're looking at this. Don't use it as an excuse, because the thing is, you still need to be consistent and show up every single day, right? Because y'all just saw that post I posted in the chat. I've been going days without sales sometimes, which is very abnormal. But you have to take time, and you need to start building those relationships with your people. So like Jill and I were just talking about the whole notebook thing, right? You need to spend time getting to know your customers, even if it's scrolling on social media, but do it intentionally while you're doing it. Like, don't sit there and just message, hey, how you doing? They tell you they've had a good day. All right, just wanted to check in on you. I'm bad for that. I've done that before. I'm not going to lie, because sometimes by the time they respond, I don't have time to sit there and like try to fish out a conversation. But you really should. You should take the time. Like, if you know they have kids, be like, how's Johnny doing? Right? How's the fur babies doing? If you're super, super devoutly religious, can I pray for you on something? Because that's a part of your personality, right? And that's another thing. When you're reaching out, building these relationships, it's not always about the sale. Do you need to follow up and ask questions about, hey, girl, you spent a lot of money on Scentsy a month, okay? I'm just saying. Do you know you could get a discount by signing up for Club, and it's super easy to manage your subscription, take things out, add things as you need it, and stuff like that? Yeah, of course. Do you need to ask people like, hey, have you ever thought about selling Scentsy? Yes. But the key thing is having that relationship first. Like, I talk about this all the time, y'all know. But you need to be intentional with the relationships you're building. You need to be intentional with the questions that you're asking. And a great thing, if you don't delete your messages, guess what? Sometimes I forget the name of my customer's kids. So you know what I do? I scroll up and I look for the name of their kids. I'm sorry, I'm a teacher. I got to teach a whole bunch of kids. I've taught a whole bunch of kids. It is hard to remember everybody's names, especially if you're not talking about them every single day, right? So, and the thing is, when you take the time to get to know people, you never, ever know if they're having a horrible day. You never know that by you checking in, And just seeing how they're doing made their day a little bit better. They may feel like nobody ever checks in with them and they got the whole world on their shoulders. And you could have changed their whole day by doing that, right? And this is not to sit here and be fake and build relationships. No, like the biggest thing that has changed my business is focusing on the people, because when you invest in the people invest back into you. I'm sorry, but I just got a $180 order. And that wasn't because I didn't know my customer or because I sent her, hey, you want to buy some Scentsy? It was because I took the time to check in on her. She's got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. And we bonded over that, right? So take the time to check in on people. I'm telling you, it's going to be important, and write it down. Type it up, something to where you have a record of it. Because for one, you don't want to keep reaching out to the same 5 people over and over when you have a group of 100. Also, if you got 20 to 25 people out of that group of 100 who never respond, should you be reaching out to them regularly? No, don't waste your time. But at the same time, check in on them periodically, like every 2 to 3 months, right? And another great thing about like starting to include emails, like, because that's the thing I started a couple months ago, right? I think in June I started doing weekly emails, June or July. Those people who barely respond, they still get those emails. They know what's going on, right? I mean, not everybody always checks their email, don't get me wrong, but they're getting those emails. They're knowing what's going on. So you still have some line of communication with them. And I think that's huge. Also, with my emails, my signage has love, my name, Adam, Trill, Chunky Monkey, Roly Poly, and Alexander Hamilton. Because those are my family. Those are my fur babies. Those are my children, right? They all have a part in it. They might be sitting there watching me bag y'all's Happy Mail, but they all have a part in it, right? So, exactly, Elena, like, make yourself real. That kind of goes back to, who are you? What are your traits? Like, what's your personality? What are your favorite products? You have to get to know yourself. And the thing is, I don't know if y'all have realized it, we're always growing as people, right? I might read something and be like all obsessed. It might be a Harry Potter dupe. And all of a sudden I'm obsessed with that. And that's going to become a part of my personality because I adapt to all the things, right? So, does anybody have any questions? You can unmute if you have some questions. Yes, you can. Put them on it. They staring at you. Are they distracting you while you doing it? Are they barking at the door? Are they scratch? Then yeah, they got a part in it. They're irking your soul while you're making the Happy Meal. While you making the post, they irking your soul, right? They are taking time away from your business to get the attention, which is still business time. They're a part of your business. They are a part of you. You better include my baby's names in there, okay? You better have Asher and Isabel up in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.